This is a tutorial for Dan Berson Games' newest game, Rise of the Zombies, a cooperative game for solitaire through 8 players. One of the first choices we made in the design process was the art style. We chose a sketchbook style, which gave the game a back-to-basic post-apocalyptic feel. The cards came out exactly the way we hoped. There are 13 survivor cards to choose from, an entire deck of terrifying zombies to fight, and a post-apocalyptic city to run through on your way to the rescue helicopter. Find the safe house card and place it on the table. Place the rescue helicopter card about 7 cards away. To win the game, you must get from the safe house card through 6 location cards and into the rescue helicopter card. If you have killed all the zombies in the rescue helicopter card before the timer runs out, you win. If you don't, the rescue helicopter leaves without you and you become a tasty zombie snack. A word of advice, this is a cooperative game. Work together or your team will die a horrible death. Let's get started. Shuffle the action card deck and shuffle the zombie card deck. Gather all the survivors and choose a survivor to play. Each survivor has a unique special ability that makes them a valuable addition to your group. Once you've chosen a survivor, find your survivor's counter and place it into a plastic stand, then put your survivor on the safe house card. The number of survivors in a game and the level of difficulty you would like to play determines the amount of time you have to reach the rescue helicopter. For example, if you and 2 friends want to play an introductory game, you will have 85 minutes to reach the rescue helicopter. Find the group counter that shows the number of survivors in your group on the left side. The counter shows your health and hand size in the upper right corner. Your health is the same as your hand size. The more damage you take, the fewer cards you can draw during your player turn. Each wound you take removes 1 health. If you ever have 0 health, you die. The number in the bottom right corner shows the extra zombies you will encounter each time you place a location card. There are several different types of cards in the game. Let's take a quick look at the survivor cards and the zombie cards. Each survivor card shows the type of survivor on the card and a picture of the survivor. Some survivors have inherent weapons, some do not. Those that have a weapon will show the name of the weapon, whether it is a melee or ranged weapon, the weapon's range, and a simple chart showing the damage the weapon will do. To attack, roll a 6-sided die and compare your roll to the chart. For the cheerleader, if you roll a 5 or higher, you will inflict 1 hit. If you roll 4 or less, you inflict 0 hits. Every survivor also has a special ability described on the card. For example, the cheerleader subtracts 1 from zombie rolls. The scout starts the game with 5 experience points, and the paramedic can use her free attack to heal 1 wound for any survivor in her location. Each zombie card shows an attack chart, the number of wounds you must inflict on the zombie to kill it, an experience point number, which is also the zombie's value, and any special abilities that zombie may have. Some of the zombie special abilities are attract, they draw an extra zombie card to the location. Blocks, you can't move past them until they are killed. Fast, they attack immediately when they enter the location card. Group zombies, they attack every survivor each turn and block every survivor. Moves too, they can move up to 2 location cards each turn. So, let's kill a zombie. Your biker is taking on the Flock. In a 3-player game, the biker will have 5 cards in his hand. He also has an inherent weapon on his survivor card, so he'll be using that to attack. Let's assume the other members of the group are busy with their own zombies and won't be helping the biker kill the Flock. During the player turn, you get 1 free attack each turn, and you can play any cards in your hand. You use his free attack to shoot the Flock. You roll a die and get a 4. He inflicts 1 hit on the Flock. You then look through your cards and see that some of them have an attack symbol on them. If you discard one of those cards, the biker will get an extra attack. You choose to discard the Molotov cocktail to attack the Flock again. You roll a 3, hitting the Flock for a 2nd hit. You really want to keep the police station because it is a great location card to move into, and you want to buy the chainsaw in the future, so you really don't want to discard that one either. But if the biker doesn't kill the Flock quickly, future cards won't matter because he'll be dead. You decide to discard the police station for another attack and roll a 2, missing. Other than the chainsaw, you have no other attack symbols, so you choose to make no other attacks. We'll get to the exact sequence of play later, but during the zombie's attack turn, the Flock will attack you. You roll a die for the Flock and get a 6. The Flock has inflicted 1 hit on the biker, and they can attack again. Your second roll is a 4, which is another hit on the biker. Luckily, the biker's special ability allows him to ignore the first wound he suffers each turn. The biker has suffered 1 hit to his health. During the biker's next turn, he can draw cards, but only up to 4 because he has taken 1 hit to his health and his hand size is equal to his current health. He chooses to discard the backpack, then draws 2 cards. During his player turn, he freely attacks the flock and rolls a 6, inflicting another hit. You then discard the flare gun for a last attack and roll 3, getting a 4th hit on the zombie card. Since this is the number of hits it takes to kill this card, you have successfully killed the flock zombie card. The upper right corner shows the number of experience points you have earned. You can either discard the zombie card and place experience point counters on your survivor, or you can place the killed zombie card next to your survivor to discard when you choose to purchase something. Location cards. Locations move the game along. It is your job to lay a path from the safe house to the rescue helicopter. The rescue helicopter is always the 8th card. Each location card is unique, with text pertaining to that location. Each location card also has a follow symbol on its left edge. You can use any location card as either a new location, or you can discard the card to follow another survivor into a location card that he placed. Each location has a number in the top right corner. When you enter the location card, immediately draw that number of cards into your hand. The more dangerous the location, the more cards you can draw. You can always draw cards due to a card effect, even if the number of cards you are drawing is above your current hand size. Your ability to draw cards is only limited during the draw cards step of the player turn. So let's try moving into a new location. The historian, the scout, and the construction worker are all in the school bus location card. The scout is holding the private home card in his hand and wants to play it. After a brief discussion with the group, he places the private home adjacent to the school bus and moves his survivor counter into the new card. He immediately draws 1 card into his hand, as shown in the upper right corner, because this is a dangerous location. Zombies show up whenever a new location card is placed. The number of zombies that arrive are equal to the number of location cards in play. This is the 3rd location card, so 3 points worth of zombies infest the card. Each zombie has a value in its upper right corner. It is the same number as the experience points you gain for killing the zombie. For example, a screamer has a value of 1, and you will gain 1 experience point when you kill it, and a herd has a value of 3, and you will gain 3 experience points when you kill it. Draw zombies from the deck until you reach the value of zombies you should have at that location. When you meet or exceed that number, stop drawing. Don't forget that the bottom right corner of your group counter is a zombie infestation modifier, so add that to your total. Also, in addition to these zombies, some location cards modify your infestation. The private home has a +3 infestation, so you must add another 3 points worth of zombies. 7 points worth of zombies infest this private home location. You draw a screamer, value 1, a creeper, value 1, shamblers, value 2, a howler, value 1, and as soon as you place the howler, she immediately attracts an extra card, which is the pack. The extra card that was attracted by the howler does not add to your zombie total. You also draw Frank, value 1, and a Hulker, value 2. Any fast zombies immediately attack the scout. Luckily, the creeper is the only fast zombie. She rolls a 3, hitting the scout for 1 wound. The other survivors may now discard any card with a follow symbol to enter the private home. Both survivors have cards with follow symbols, so they discard the cards and enter the private home. As they enter, they each draw a card because of the dangerous location number. When it comes to movement in a location card, just remember that each survivor can only move once each turn. You can only draw dangerous location cards when you enter a location for the first time. You can either advance forward or retreat into a location behind you. Survivors do not have to stay together in the same location card, and you can stay as long as you want in any location, but remember that the timer is always ticking. Now that the zombies have arrived, people had better start swinging and shooting, or this is going to be a really short game. Luckily, each survivor has a handful of cards that will help to keep them alive. Let's take a look at these very helpful options found in the action card deck. Weapon cards. The name of the weapon is found on the left edge, and the attack chart is at the bottom left. Like the survivor's inherent weapon, the weapon card shows the range of the weapon. A range of 0 means you can only attack a zombie in the same location card as you're in. A range of 1 or 2 means you can attack a zombie 1 or 2 location cards away from you. Many cards also have an extra attack symbol. If you are discarding the card to gain an extra attack, ignore all the other information or costs on the card. The card is freely discarded and you get an extra attack. On the right, you will find the weapon type, melee or ranged, which is sometimes referenced on other action cards, and possibly a special note pertaining to the weapon. Many weapons also have a final attack number. In the upper right corner is an experience cost. You will need to spend this number of experience points to purchase the weapon. Experience is earned by killing zombies. To ready a weapon, pay its experience point cost and place it next to your survivor card. That weapon is now ready to be used. You can only spend your own experience points to purchase an action card. Each player turn you get a free attack. You can use any of your readied weapons to make the attack. If you would like to make another attack, discard any card with an attack symbol. You can make this extra attack with any of your readied weapons, including the one you just used. Continue to discard cards with attack symbols to make as many extra attacks as you choose to. When you attack, declare which weapon you are using and which zombie you are attacking. Then roll for your attack and place any wounds you have inflicted onto the zombie card. If you kill a zombie, discard the zombie card and gain the number of experience points you have earned. If a final attack number is noted on the weapon card, then you can also make a final attack. This does not take up a free attack or an attack gained by discarding a card with an attack symbol. You declare that you are making a final attack, then discard that weapon card and distribute the final attack number of wounds to any zombies in range of the weapon. Item cards also have an experience cost in their upper right corner. Pay the cost and place the item next to your survivor. Weapon and item cards can be freely passed between any survivors in the same location card. They are placed into the player's hand and must be purchased with their own experience points if they want to ready the cards. Skill cards also have an experience cost, but once they are placed next to your survivor, they stay there for the rest of the game, giving your survivor a permanent helpful effect. Companion cards help you in combat. Pay the experience cost and place it next to your survivor card. Each companion has 2 health. You can use your companion's skill once each turn. You can also deflect hits going to you onto your companion. If a companion is ever killed, remove the card from the game. Location attachment cards modify a location card. Pay the card's experience cost and place the attachment next to the location card you are in. The attachment stays with the location card, even if you leave that location. Instant cards are cards with an instant effect. Play the card from your hand and immediately gain the card's effect. Epic cards make your victory harder than normal. By overcoming epic cards, you can gain up to 4 levels of epic victory. The sequence of play is broken into player turn and zombie turn. During the player turn, all players discard cards. You can discard any or all of the cards in your hand, then draw cards. Draw cards until the number of cards in your hand equals your survivor's current health points. Then, play cards. All players play cards and attack at the same time. Stay in this step until all the players say they are done playing cards. You can also purchase cards and trade any number of weapon and item cards during this step. Unless a card says otherwise, this is the only time you can use cards. During the zombie turn, the zombies move all zombies 1 location card closer to the nearest survivor. Then zombies attack. All zombies attack each turn. Zombies only attack survivors in their same location card. And finally, zombies spawn. Draw 1 zombie card and place it in the location card behind the rearmost survivor. If the rearmost survivor is in the safe house, place the zombie in the safe house. Now that we know all the parts of the game, let's get a game started so we can put it all together. This will be a 3-player game. Your group has chosen to play the biker, the historian, and the leader. You place the safe house on the table and the group counter next to the safe house card. Start the timer. You have 85 minutes to get to the rescue helicopter or it leaves without you. You each draw 5 cards. Following the sequence of play, you may each discard as many cards from your hands as you would like. You can now draw up to your hand size of 5 cards. Now each player can play cards. The historian chooses to purchase the baseball bat. It costs 0 experience points, so she can freely ready the weapon by placing it next to her survivor. The biker has readied a pipe wrench. The leader did not draw any 0-cost weapons. The biker drew a lawn edger and gives it to the leader. The biker drew the corner store location card. The leader drew the open field. You all agree that the corner store is better to play at this time, so he places it adjacent to the safe house, and his survivor token is moved into the corner store location card. If there is a special condition on the card, it immediately takes place. In this case, the biker can draw 3 cards, then keep any one of the 3 and discard the other 2. Now you draw zombies. This is the second location, and your group counter modifies the zombie infestation number by +1, so 3 zombies infest this location card. You draw shamblers and a screamer. Neither are fast, but the screamer will add 1 to all zombie attack rolls, so you need to get rid of her quickly. The others may discard a card with a follow symbol. The leader discards a dodge card. The historian does not have a card with a follow symbol. It would be unfortunate to have to leave the historian behind. Luckily, once each player turn, the leader can allow 1 survivor to freely follow into a location card. All survivors are now in the corner store. The biker declares an attack on the screamer using the pipe wrench. He rolls a 6 and does 2 points of damage, killing the screamer. He discards the screamer and gains 1 experience point. The historian inflicts 1 wound against the shamblers using her free attack. The leader rolls a 3, missing with his lawn edger. The biker discards the shotgun to gain an extra attack with his pipe wrench. He rolls a 4, inflicting 1 wound. He then discards the haymaker card, which inflicts 2 extra wounds on a zombie when he is using a melee weapon. The shamblers have taken 4 wounds, and the group has chosen not to play any more cards this turn. It becomes the zombie turn. First, any zombies that are not in a location with a survivor will move 1 location closer to the nearest survivor. All zombies now attack. Since the shamblers are a group zombie, they will attack everyone in their location card. The biker rolls the shambler's attack against him, rolling a 3 and suffering 1 wound. The historian rolls a 6, taking 2 wounds, and the leader rolls a 5, taking 1 wound. The biker's special ability lets him ignore the first wound inflicted on him each turn, so he ends the zombie attack turn with no wounds. Now zombies spawn. Draw the top card from the zombie deck and place it 1 location behind the rearmost survivor. This zombie will move toward the survivor's next turn. Starting a new player turn, each player can discard any number of cards in their hands. They can then draw up to their current health. The historian can only draw to a hand size of 3 cards now, and the leader can only draw up to a hand size of 4. The biker is unwounded, so he gets his full hand size of 5 cards. After drawing cards, the players can play cards simultaneously to attack the remaining shamblers, move into a new location card, buy helpful items, new skills, and better weapons that will help them survive. Play will continue until the survivors enter the rescue helicopter and kill all the zombies in the card, or until the timer runs out, leaving them behind. This concludes the tutorial. These rules are explained in more detail in the rulebook, which comes with the game, or you can read the full rulebook online at dvg.com.